your mic, Mr. Edmund.
Yo, yo, yo.
Always on point. Welcome again to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
See
that.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what school, because smart is
The new
gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know. Now you know. Now you know.
now you know. If you didn't know,
Where we it look a little different.
yeah, we on location
Yes, live on location
with breakfast.
with breakfast with the Breakfast Club.
yes, and listen, if y'all missing out.
Yeah.
Okay, so look.
Okay.
Chicken
Yes.
Waffles.
and waffles.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna do this, but listen to the
And,
crunch.
and our waffles and with our waffles we got the syrup.
Hold on. Listen to the crunch. I want to hear the crunch.
And it's free.
We got the syrup.
So come in, it's 110
And we got
people.
noodle packets too.
Yeah, we wait.
No, we ain't got no noodles.
110 people are getting free breakfast.
Yeah.
Come out.
Big
Tampa
shot.
Bay Breakfast Club, Black Voters Matters.
Yes.
So, wait,
Deuces
hold on.
live.
Deuces live.
Go ahead. Let's see the
and,
crunch.
This
and
is the
brunch
crunch.
munch.
Oh yeah, can't forget brunch munch.
Brunch munch providing the vittles, man.
Can I do the crunch?
If
Yeah, y'all
if you're so inclined. That's the
Light crunch. I heard the light crunch.
You got a light crunch on
You
that
got a light crunch.
on that one over there?
Yeah. Extra crispy.
It's good though.
Yeah. It's good though.
It's good, and it got a nice crunch. You see, it's golden brown.
Yes.
It's supposed-
Yes.
Not too black,
Okay.
but nice and golden.
Nice and
And it's
golden.
juicy.
Living your life like it's golden.
Yeah,
Living
so
your
come
life.
on out.
Yeah, y'all come out. And we out here for Emancipation Day. So today is Florida's Emancipation
So
Day.
what is Emancipation
We're
Day?
gonna have Gabby come in and give us all of that when she get ready to give us all of that.
But when they do it,
yeah.
So,
Because we heard about the Emancipation Proclamation, we know about Juneteenth, but what we don't know is about May 20th. A lot of times, I think I just found out about May 20th about 2-3 years ago.
and actually, I went last year to the location.
Edenville?
The location.
It was somewhere else.
No, it ain't Edenville.
It was a farm somewhere.
It
right?
is a farm.
A plantation.
That kind of, and it's also and where they actually read it at.
Okay.
Like came out.
Oh, the spot where they was like, "Hey, y'all, we got an announcement."
Yes. And it's actually really nice. It's a museum that's there. And FAMU actually has a farm.
Okay.
And they're doing stuff right there on that property as well. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on. It's like out in Brooksville. I can't.
I remember when you went out there. Yeah.
Yeah, because they made it really big.
What was the vibe like on the plantation?
It was cool because it's not like.
You know what I'm saying?
And
where did we went to? Was that a Coe? Was that where we went?
Yeah, the old plantation.
No, it was like the city where they like it was like a rosewood basically.
Yeah,
you know?
and so it really
and the vibe was different.
No,
yeah.
So this wasn't
like you kind of felt something.
No, because this really wasn't a plantation. Like they bought it, they had the house, and then when I can't remember the exact story, but it wasn't like the plantation, like it wasn't that feel.
Okay.
Like you be like, ooh.
Yeah, because we was in a Coe. Matter of fact, shout out to J. Carl, Divine. I was talking to him recently, and he said he was from Coe, Florida. But they had like a Coe massacre. It was another one of them Rosewood type deals where somebody told a lie, and a lot of people end up getting killed because white folks got mad or something about
crazy.
it. But just being in that space was like something happened there, but you don't know what it was until they tell you like, okay, that's what that feeling is that I had. You know what I'm saying? But it's Freedom on the Deuces, y'all. Florida Emancipation Day. Again, shout out to Black Voters Matter. We got brunch month, and we need y'all to come on over, man.
And you can get registered to vote.
Yeah,
you can get registered to vote.
And that's very important.
Yes.
It's a new story going around on Power Broker about the drastic drop in Black voter registration here in Pinellas County.
Yes.
And one of the reasons is because there ain't been a lot of events like this where people can come out and get registered, but also, a lot of people disheartened. Yeah. And I think the voter registration number shows that. And a lot of times when you think voter registration, you think kids, you think young people. But voter registration is everybody of all ages.
And right now, I don't think
of kids and young people.
With voter registration?
Yeah.
You don't think you got to register?
You do, but then I think it's so broad. I guess I've been in it for so long.
Yeah.
So my thought process is maybe, and I'm not saying that's not necessarily true.
Good morning, Tiff. What's good? Yeah, we outside. Y'all to come through if you're able to. Come grab some of this free breakfast.
Share the post. Yeah. Let the people know we out here. We want to really impact the community. Yeah. By getting groups together. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, big shouts out to Urban Drinkery, Miss Urban Drinkery.
Miss Urban, right on time. President, Lord have mercy. I hope the I hope the one in the left hand. I want the one in the left hand. Which one? Thank you so much. Thank you. You want to come by and say something? Or you working? You okay. Doing deliveries and all of that good stuff. So shout out to Urban Drinker. Got that good coffee, man. Again, y'all come. It's really going down over here on the Deuces. Black Voters Matter. But you were saying the drastic drop in voter registration.
Yes, and it's a lot of people that are.
I needed that. I didn't realize how much
disjointed from politics.
Yeah,
they don't see themselves in politics. They don't see politics doing nothing for them.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of work that needs to be done on both sides of the table because right now, this ain't a time to sit at home.
No,
this ain't a time to I don't vote. I don't do those politics because politics is doing you right now. See, you don't do politics.
Yeah.
But politics is doing you right now in a major way.
Yeah.
It's doing your family, it's doing your children.
And so you break it down, like people think when they think of politics, they really think of like your mayor.
Yeah.
Or they think of your governor. And they think of
the president.
The president.
Yeah, I'm just saying. People don't even think of mayors.
They may not, but
Maybe these days, but you're right.
People think of presidents and the people in the news, and people in the media.
The governor, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at it, but where the biggest impact is your local government, right? And the people that help shape these laws. So I always say you got to get like-minded people in office, people who have your invested interest in office. And this is why you need to go out there and vote. Now, on this end, we have our sheriffs, we have our judges.
Yep.
Those two people is dictating who's getting arrested, how long they get it.
Judges too.
You know.
Judges. So after the sheriff arrests you, the judge gonna convict you, book you, take you.
And really, that's a demonstration of what working together is. And I think a lot of times we do think, just electing a person and like-minded person gets what we need done. But the reality is, it's a more longer enduring process. It's a step process, and the first step is getting the person you support in. But then you have to support that person. And when we was at the town hall, one of the first things I said was we have to have a united front, because just once your elected official is in, the story isn't just happily ever after.
Oh yeah.
It's another process of where
everybody celebrate. My guy got in,
and then everybody go home, and them people come out and do the work. And them people come out and put the work, and they put the work in such a way.
Come on up a little bit more. We're trying to get
you in the camera.
Keep going.
But big shouts out to Black Voters Matter.
Yeah.
The reason for the season.
Perfect.
Because your vote matters.
And with this drop, I saw that article as well. Again, shout out to the Power Broker, and they were saying it's like 29% decrease in voter registration, like generational. Like it's generationally low is what they said. Like it haven't been this low in the past maybe 15, 20 years.
People probably ain't been disconnected in years. I think that speaks to a lot of what's going on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm tell you? I don't think
it's a combination. So you got that, and then you also have the purges. Like they've been purging.
It's like you have to now get. And I don't know if anybody been to the DMV. You get a new driver's license number.
I ain't got that.
So be careful. And I'm gonna have to do some research, but they did say like if you don't have the new driver's license number, that does affect your voting. So they're trying to do different things, I think, to discourage people. But I also hear in St. Pete, the momentum will be so up. And then you vote people in, and then when people you vote in that you like and think that they're gonna do things for the people, and that doesn't happen, that is discouraging.
I think I agree with you so much, and it's
All right, we back, y'all. We had a little bit of internet issues. They heard us out here. So if y'all want to, they heard us out here at the park, but we did have a little bit of internet issue. Okay, look, it says y'all just froze. We outside, y'all.
We in it.
So just recap that. We were talking about how people are disconnected from the electoral process.
Yes, and how specifically in Pinellas County, we have a historic Black representation, and it's not translating to civics or civil acts, right? And I think that we're getting a little complacent. We're getting a little too comfortable, y'all. And that's to, you know, the electeds and to the people, right? Because they showing you every step that they done took back. They rolled back Roe versus Wade, the Voting Act, and they'll be here to roll this back too if y'all not careful.
Changing voter registration laws.
If people don't get involved and people don't get active, that's why we here. Black Voters Matter. Come register to vote, right? Come get involved.
Yes. And you can actually check your registration as well, just to see what your status is. They made some changes to vote by mail, and so like if you
got to go do it every whatever.
Yeah. And I'm actually thinking about not doing vote by mail this year. I vote by mail like faithfully, historically, be doing mail ballot chases with my family, but I don't even know how I feel about doing it. I think I might need to go in this time. You know what I'm saying? Because like the games that they playing, I don't know if that mail ballot gonna make it the way it need to make it.
I understand, and I hear that loud and clear. I think that long as you have a plan, that I think that's the most important thing.
Right.
Have a plan to vote. If you plan to not do nothing,
thank you, Tiffany,
and you execute the plan every year,
then
right?
Get done.
So we got to start somewhere, y'all. And the reality is, in our community, we still hard hit. We still struggling, y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think in our St. Pete is a little big city.
Yeah.
And everybody knows everybody for the majority part of it. And it's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. And so when you have that, when you have that feeling and it feels ungenuine now, I think that's the disconnect here and why I would say.
And Q, you were saying how once you elect somebody that's close to you, I think that was another part of what got caught.
And that's kind of
you were saying how you like when you elect somebody that you know and that they close to you, and then when they get in office, something happens.
The disconnect happened, like we were. And I understand the higher you move up, you know, there are changes or restrictions that happen, right? But you expect more from your neighbor.
Okay, I hear that. The expectations, and that's where you root up.
Right. And so when you're rooted in expectations and the disappointment comes in, and a lot of times we give you passes on some stuff.
Most times.
That's what I'm saying. We give you passes.
But this ain't the pastime.
This
is not the pastime, obviously.
But we give you passes. But when you're consistently doing the same thing and the disappointment keeps on coming, and you feel like you're not hearing what I'm saying, or you know, like, are you really listening to the people? And so.
And you know, we did what the people say on that. And people felt like they were not being heard.
And for the Black community, and for 29% of the Black voters to be decreased. And then we know Black people are moving out of this area.
That's another one of the factors. Is this Black exodus out of St. Pete.
So the Black people here feel unwanted, unheard, and unvalued.
And then those who are here are gone. Like who were here.
And it's like the Twilight Zone, right? Because you would never think that, you know, once we reach certain positions politically, that it would like leave people so disheartened. You would. I mean, I've been active in this, and I would have never have expected for there to be a rise. It was probably a 20 to 30% rise.
Like I'm literally feeling that as you say it, bro. Because
it was a rise in Black leadership by 20 to 30% in the last 5 to 10 years.
And which is
those extra people you add in.
So if the rise was 20 to 30%, and then the decrease went the same.
But see, voter registration. But when we say voter registration, you mean probably 1,700 people. Right? I'm just putting numbers to it so we can kind of imagine. I don't know, but I can't imagine it being a whole large number.
It was a few thousand. I won't know exactly how many, but it was maybe like 5 or 10,000 or something like that. But I don't know the exact number.
5 or 10,000?
Yeah.
5 or 10,000?
Let me find that article because there was an article.
And we're talking about the decrease in voter registration. That's why we out here with Black Voters Matter. Yeah. Brunch Munch doing free breakfast. Big shots out to Urban Drinkery. Got that good coffee. Y'all go across the road, get you some of that good stuff.
And you know what? I'll say this, and because I love our city, right? And I respect our officials, and I have, connections, not connections, and but I will say here I've been on this show for 5 years. Okay. Right? And everybody knows the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is pretty political. We keep everybody. We keep everybody in the loop.
With Black Voters Matter behind us.
We started for political purpose.
Yes, this started about Amendment 4, right? Getting the word out.
It is disheartening for me to say that we shoot out there and tell everybody who is in office to come visit us. Mm-hmm. It's an open invitation. And you see the ones who has never shown up.
Right.
No, I mean, if we're talking about the disconnect of the people, and this is for real.
We're going to 10 o'clock, y'all. So y'all just stay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be here for a minute. And so here it is. In this report, it says since the 2020 general election, Pinellas has lost nearly 18,000 registered voters. It's down from 61,000 in October of 2020. To about 43,000 in April.
So that's a big number. That's the whole Pinellas County.
So Pinellas County, 18,000 registered.
So we'll say, at a 10% of that.
St. Pete lost 10% of its African American residents. I'm skimming the article. While Pinellas County's Black population actually grew 7%. Yeah. So the county population grew
because people moving to Kenneth City and Lellman.
Yeah.
People moving from to what they call it Rainbow Village.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because they can't afford to live in the city, and then they still work here. Right. So I know a lot of people who work at the city but live 10 miles away, 15 miles away in another city.
All right, and so here we have it. It says, here's the table that has the change in Black voter registrations since October 2020. St. Pete, in October of 2020, it had 37,179. And then in April, it's 24,000. So it's been 12,300 in St. Pete. So actually, the St. Petersburg drop is 33%. So it's a higher drop in St. Pete Black voter registrations than it is in the county, according to this report. Yeah.
And inside of those numbers, right, you can see, people struggling. You can see people who are, living day to day. People who don't see the effects, right? Because we can have all the elected officials we want on this show, and they're gonna come and tell us about the work they're doing, the things they can't do, the things they want to do. But the reality is, we have to have an impact on the people, right, inside the numbers.
Right.
Because if we don't, we're gonna have a bunch of disjointed and disconnected people when we out here trying to give free breakfasts. We out here doing
not trying, we is.
Oh, thank you. We get 100 free breakfasts. Yeah, y'all get y'all free breakfast. Get in line.
Get it. Free breakfast.
Chicken and waffles, yes.
Yeah. And it's walk on up. Yeah.
110 free breakfast.
And it's all about just getting active and just getting involved.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't want nothing from you.
And we're not asking for perfection. We're asking for hard work.
Come as you are.
No. I'm not for my elected officials. We're not asking for perfection because I don't think anybody's ever going to get it 100% right.
Right.
But what I do want to say is that I want to feel that whatever you're doing what you think is best for the people and not for you.
So here's the question that I have. So when you're vetting candidates, right? Because everybody say we need to be informed voters and we need to make sure we vet our candidates. What's your process like? How do you determine if this person is going to be a good candidate or somebody that you want to vote for? What's your
for
process?
me, I follow people before this happens. You know what I mean? And so I see what your history is. Like for me, if you pop up tomorrow and I've never heard anything about you, I'm a little weird.
So the resume
means, and not just like, and I mean, like I can see if you're sitting on city council, I look and see how you voted. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay. When your people said something and you was 100% against your people, that means that I look at you different.
That's the re-election part. Right. I'm talking about like when somebody is their first time, their first shot, and they say, hey man, I think I want to do it.
I sit down and talk to them, man. I like that.
I want to do it. Will you support me? Because I mean,
that's how you need
it. Like you get them conversations, people because we active. People come to you, Mr. Edmond, and say, hey man, I'm thinking about doing it. You know, will you support me? What's your process? How do you determine if you're going to support somebody or not?
I think my biggest process is looking, like Kiana say, the resume.
Yeah.
Right. Your work speaks for itself. And then I listen to what they saying.
Okay.
I listen to their plan. Then I listen to what they not saying.
Hold on, back up. You listen to their plan.
Yes.
So that mean they gotta have a plan. Yeah.
I mean, if they serious about wanting my support, I mean, I don't think
you gotta have a plan.
Yeah, we ain't just having coffee.
Yeah.
Right? Like you gotta tell me where you stand at the gas plant.
And
where you stand with the youth job, right?
And
where
you stand with because for me, cut you off. But if you're saying like, okay, I want to run, boom, boom, boom. All right, and what are you running on? Mm-hmm. And if you tell me like I'm running on you, okay, in the last 5 years, what have you done for me?
Okay.
Like I need to know, like whatever your position is, what have you done prior to this to make you qualified and feel like you need to run? If you tell me I just woke up today and
but that's how some people they be God told me to run.
And just like I'm tired of what I see going on.
Yeah. That's what it is though, for real.
Yeah, people just get frustrated.
They like, hey man, I woke up and I said this is enough.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you, some of the people may be really good, but you woke up tomorrow and say God told you, you might not be the candidate for me.
You listen to the people God told to run.
Yeah, I am, but you got the consistency and the persistency to get the job done.
It's more people than you ever would know in office right now because of what God told them to do.
They were inspired.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I done heard it 1,000 times. And I
get it. No, but I'm saying I'm with that.
Yeah.
But you still have to have the work behind it.
Okay.
Like people wake up and say, I want to be an artist.
Right.
And do you know what it takes to be an artist? Yeah. Just because you want to be it.
Can you sing?
Right. Just because you want to be it don't mean that you're qualified for it.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. It's qualifications?
So what are the qualifications? Resume. We talked about resume. We talked about the plan, what they need to have.
So and then
work experience,
and then really, I think also for me, right, at a time like this, like what's your plan to get it done?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
There's a lot of ideas out there, but it's no real clear steps to get it done.
Yeah.
And that's where the expectations come in, and that's why a lot of people disjointed or disenchanted because they had an expectation and that person probably couldn't even do what they said they was going to do.
So
it was out the purview of their job.
But you know why? Because they walked up and said, God told me, right? And maybe God did. But when God, you got to still work at it. Like we talk about it. You pray for something, God give it to you, it comes in a box. And you think that there's no work that you have to do to get it done. But you still have to train.
Yeah.
You need to study. You need to be connected to the people. Just because you're given a vision, how do you execute that?
One of the things I would say too, I think is important is once you get into those, once you're inspired to do that, knowing that you got to have people around you that's going to support you in that, because you don't have to be the expert in everything, but you do want to have a cabinet or a circle that you can go to, that you can confide in, that can help you with these ideas. Because to Mr. Edmonds' point, like, what's your plan to get it done?
And I'll tell you my red flag, an expert in everything.
Okay.
If you're an expert in everything, that is a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Because that lets me know that you're not allowing other people to assist you.
Okay.
And then you're not open to constructive criticism.
Okay.
Right? And growth. Because if you're the expert,
but you really got some really smart people, kid.
You can be smart, but that doesn't mean I I think I'm very smart. I think I can.
But you know everything, yeah.
And I think I can run with the best of them. I can almost sit in any room and figure out whatever. But I also know that I'm smart enough to know that I can learn every day and that I don't know everything.
Yeah. No, I hear that. So if you're just tuning in, y'all, it's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We're right here on the Deuces, 2184 9th Avenue South. We're here until 10. We're doing free breakfast provided by Brunch Munch, Black Voters Matter, Deuces Live, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Y'all come on over. Urban Drinkery is open. Got that good coffee pouring up strong. James, I see you. Duvet, I see you. I see y'all. Jamaica, I see y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out. They over there at Brunch Munch about to see what this chicken and waffles doing. We're talking about the importance of being registered and getting engaged politically as a part of this initiative.
Yeah.
And so with the redistricting and all of these maps changing, and Gabby, we're gonna need you to come over here and say something to us and tell us what's happening with this redistricting. Because Gabby's also she's been going to I think they went to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
To Washington, and there was some when they did the voting registration, somebody called it a gut punch, or they got all kind of ways that they described and what's happening with this Voting Rights Act. So
yeah, I went down there and
you went to the Supreme Court too, right?
Yeah, I went to both of them.
Okay.
So I think one of the worst things that I seen, or the most artistic thing I seen, they used Dr. Martin Luther King's words in their pre or in their
justification.
Yeah. Every kid and my little boy and little girl playing and all that. And I said to myself, we are dealing with a creative and devious opposition.
Yeah.
And if we don't get more creative, right, we're gonna be lost out, because they're gonna take your words and tell your people that you said do them wrong. Yeah. And get away with it and pass and get it done.
Oh yeah.
And move the ball and move the chain.
They say they say we have overcame, and so now
that was the problem.
Equal,
but that was the problem.
Everything.
But that was the problem, because that's why people so discontented and so hurt, because they seeing ain't nothing changed.
Yeah.
And now they like, all these years y'all told us it changed.
Yeah.
Y'all told us it got better.
Right.
Where it got better.
Right.
And the reality is.
Not yet.
and the reality is, I think, it's coming out. People see it.
Yeah.
People live in it.
Yeah.
And even some of the people who felt things have changed, they saying, "Oh no, it ain't. We back to 1960."
So for somebody who can't see the immediate impact of politics on their life, what would be something that you would point them to say, okay, here's an example of how this electoral process is impacting you in your life?
Sheriff.
Your gas prices.
I'll go straight to the judges.
Okay.
I'll go local, because most people in community, some family is dealing with something
criminal.
Everybody paying for that high gas.
And then gas.
Yeah.
You're looking at,
that's the political response to your votes.
Yeah.
That's the response to your vote, the gas.
Right.
And then, like you say, the judges, the sheriff, the mayor. That's what I'm going at.
Yeah. Test that for us, Gavin.
Testing.
There you go. It's tested and it's working.
Well, tell us who he is.
I'm the troublemaker.
Right? Good
trouble. I'm Gabrielle with Black Voters Matter, Central Florida lead organizer. And I didn't hear the last question, but I got some things to say.
Go ahead, jump on it.
I got some things to say.
I got something I want to say.
Okay.
And so, but before you say that, I want to say thank you because we're here because of the work that you're doing. Black Voters Matter.
Yeah.
And so maybe you can set the stage by telling us the context of like why we're here, what's happening today, Emancipation Day, right, and just kind of what's bringing Black Voters Matter out today to provide this service and this opportunity to the
community. Well, I believe you already talked about how May 20th is Florida's Emancipation Day.
Okay.
We always talk about Juneteenth, June 19, 1865. Well, May 20th, 1865 was when the news arrived in Tallahassee that the slaves in Florida were free. So just like Texas found out 2 years later, Florida found out 2 years later.
Wow.
And so the General McCook read the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863.
Okay.
So then, like I said, May 20th, 1865 was when it reached Tallahassee, and that officially notified Black Floridians that they were free.
Is that where the term snail mail came from?
Exactly.
It took a long time.
2 years.
It took 2 years to get the news, right?
2 years.
Wow. Wow.
That's wild.
Snail mail. Yeah.
And so while Juneteenth is, that's nationwide, I feel like
it's more popular, right?
Yeah, because that was the final one. But I feel like in Florida, I know they have celebrations in Tallahassee, and in Tampa, I think they have one, but it's not like it is in Texas or across the country, in Florida. And I'm hoping to change that.
Yeah. And so why did you think it was important for us to recognize today, May 20th? Yeah.
Because of everything that's happening. Okay, so emancipation means the act or process of freeing a person or group from the control, power, or restraint of another.
Okay.
And right now, our emancipation is being like, are we really emancipated
Give me those
now?
three again. Control, power,
or restraint of another.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And so when we look at like this Louisiana versus Calais case that overturned Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which was the section that got rid of poll taxes, which is, you had to pay to vote, got rid of literacy tests. They asking you questions that have nothing to do.
We actually had some of those.
voting.
Remember we did that training, Mr. Edmond, where we had people take the literacy test?
Oh, yeah.
And it was impossible.
And then they're asking you questions like, how many bubbles in a bar of soap? What does that have to do with voting?
How many jelly beans in a jar?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that overturned that. But right, exactly. But here's the thing, and this is why it's important that we're here, and I appreciate what you're doing. I thank you for letting me come on, because we still have one more case that the Supreme Court has to decide. That decision should come down next month. And that is called Trump versus Barbara. And that's the one, the birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment. Who knows what they're going to do with that? But what's important for us as Black people to understand, they're framing it like it's about immigrant, But here are the key clauses that we really need to pay attention to. Due process. The 14th Amendment right now prohibits state and local governments from depriving any person of life, liberty, or property without fair legal procedures. All right. Equal protection requires each state to provide equal protection to all people within its jurisdiction, serving as the basis for major civil rights legislation. If they overturn that, that means what the two things I just said, they don't have to do anymore.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And who do you think, why do you think they're targeting us? They can frame it like it's immigrants, but this is about us. Because no matter what they have done, and I wrote about this, I have a column in the Weekly Challenger now called Let's Cross Every Line They Redraw. Because if they weren't threatened by Black people and our power, they wouldn't keep attacking us. They're probably, their brains are exploding. How could they have survived slavery? How could they have survived Jim Crow? How could they have survived, not only just survive, but survive and thrive?
That's right.
One of the men who wrote Project 2025 has a PhD in history with an emphasis on African American history. They studied us. He wrote about us, what you need to attack in order to cripple this community.
What were some of the things that they needed?
The women.
Okay.
Black women. And what did Malcolm X say about Black women?
disrespected woman on the planet.
And so if you look at the first people whose jobs, 300,000 black women, now is 600,000. A lot of the subjects that they cut from universities, the majors, are ones that black women in particular major in. So they wanted to cause a divide between black men and black women. And so it's all orchestrated. It's all they have targeted us because they understand our power, I think, more than we do.
Yeah,
I hear that.
And part of their job is to confuse us on what our powers are.
Exactly.
They would know our power because they took all our ideas and said it was theirs.
Exactly.
So everything that they got, they own is because we gave it to them.
Thank you.
But because we wasn't citizens, or we were property, we couldn't register and then have the ownership for it. But our owners could.
Yeah.
And now they reap the benefits. And so why wouldn't I tell you you're nothing?
Exactly.
Because I want you to believe that. So when you tell the narrative and somebody look in the mirror and all you know, or the world has told you that you're a deadbeat, you know what I mean? You're a drug dealer. You're supposed to be in jail. You're an angry black man with a whole bunch of trauma. And if that's the narrative that's always told to our people, when you look in the mirror, you believe that.
Exactly. But we don't know how to use that anger as power. And I want to bring up, because the NAACP, I believe it was yesterday, they announced that they want black players in the SEC. Okay. And so a lot of people, and I'm going to talk about.
They want student athletes to boycott.
Don't go to those schools. Hold on. Let me tell you.
See, that's why I went to you, because I seen your wheels.
Let me say this. So a lot of people are like, don't deprive them. These young men, they need to make this money. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. You shouldn't put that on their backs. Ruby Bridges was 6 years old.
Oh man.
Okay, and she on TikTok right now, so it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
The Greensboro 4, those 18-year-old who sat down at their Woolworth lunch counter, college freshmen, they were giving up more. They could have lost more than playing football. They could have lost their lives. But here's what I want to bring in, because a lot of these athletes don't understand their power.
Right.
Kylan Hill. Do you know who Kylan Hill is?
No, ma'am.
In 2020, okay, so George Floyd got killed May 2020. Kylan Hill was a star running back for Mississippi State University. He tweeted, if Mississippi doesn't change their flag, a flag they had since 1894, he said, I'm not playing anymore.
Okay.
I'm not running. I'm not doing anything. He said, I'm tired.
Right. So here's
but let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Because he was their money maker, SEC got behind him. NCAA, within days, that flag was changed.
Oh, wow.
They changed the flag.
But here's my thing with that, Gabby. They change the flags, but they don't change the mindset.
But yeah, I understand that.
They still got the same mind,
and that's
the
why
person who raised it when they pull it down.
Right, and that's why they shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
like
the flag is just making it overt and in your face. But they pull it down, and they still have the
but
same
at least that was something. Yeah. He was able to do something that nobody. What I'm talking about is the power that these young athletes. I used to teach at Clemson. If you know anything about Clemson football, and I think I've said on here before, they have a plantation house on campus.
Right.
It's called Fort Hill, that overlooks the football field.
Yeah.
So y'all.
No, I unite with that. I think just again, it's what's on your mind Wednesday with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we out here, and just when we make these demands and we're challenging the symbols. Again, you can challenge the symbol of racism, but the substance and the actions of it, and so. I would love to see, we attack the symbol, but then the follow-up is starting to attack these policies that negatively.
But see, here's the thing. We can't do it. And this is what's so irritating to me. People look to black people to stop something that we didn't create.
Okay, say that again for the people in the back.
They look to black people to stop something that we did not create.
Okay.
White people.
Yeah.
White people, they need to talk to their meemaws and their papaws and all these other kind of alls.
You talking about the ones that was in them pictures throwing rocks at Ruby Bridges?
Somebody need to write a book called Your Grandmama Threw Rocks at Ruby Bridges.
Yeah.
Because now they're raising these kids, and they're not the ones. White people have not voted, and I'm not going for any one party. But what I am going to say is, as a whole, white people have not voted for a Democrat candidate as a whole in the majority since 1964.
Okay.
So no matter what they say, no matter who they campaign with or whoever, when it comes to getting in that voting booth, they're gonna vote for who is going to uplift the white supremacy. Even if they say, I'm not racist, I'm not they still benefit.
Okay.
Even if they're poor, they still benefit from white supremacy. And that is why this will not end. We can get out and march and sing, we shall overcome all we want to. But they're the ones who are going to have to say enough is enough.
I wanted to ask you this too, Gabby, while we have you here, around this conversation. It was two things. So you talked about the Supreme Court decision that you followed and the impacts of that. And then right after that, this Florida redistricting thing happened. So what's happening with the redistricting? Is there any opportunity, or is the cake baked and it's kind of a done deal?
Well, there has been a lawsuit, and hopefully there will be an injunction so that these new districts won't go into effect this year. Okay. Because it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to implement these new maps. To implement the new maps. In addition, and I want to say, and I think I might have heard y'all talking about how I don't think people realize how this affects everything locally. Yeah. Like the fact that our district is now split, and they have us down with Manatee County.
It's like 5 different counties that we're part of now.
We're part of now. So that's going to affect the school boards, your county commission, like all of these things, which is why it's really important, more important than ever right now, to get out and vote.
Let me ask you this. Yes. Just why do you think, like, when Democrats, and this is not the party politics, but I'm trying to see how the best way to say this, they're putting on a master class of operating in the best interest of their people. Like they say, we have a constituency, we have a base, and our base wants us to do these things. And they don't care what anybody who's not their people has to say about the things that they're doing.
You talking about Democrats or Republicans?
Republicans.
Okay,
but that's what I mean. Why won't, when the Democrats have those opportunities, what makes the Democrats and black people be like, oh, well, we gotta govern for all the people, and we gotta make sure that we hold hands?
A lot of Democrats,
because they care about being liked.
A lot of Democrats are old Republicans.
They care about being liked. They care about manners. Because when they go high, exactly.
And I would love to have us some leaders that don't care.
But let me tell you,
like saying, look, black people, that's for you. And we clearly telling you this is for you.
Exactly.
We're gonna draw the line to make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. If we gotta cheat to get black people something, we're gonna cheat and get black. Like, where is our?
Because we don't have the people. Like, we have a lot of, and I'm about to make some people mad, but I don't care. We have a lot of these people who want to stay in office, but this on us. You keep voting for people in office 20, 30 years or whatever, ain't done nothing for you. I applaud. I was talking to Jabbar about Uncle Luther Campbell running for Congress. He is, I said, if I lived down in District 20 in Miami, I would vote for him. Because he has an understanding of us that a lot of them don't have. He's not I don't think being a politician should be your full-time job. You should retire and doing all that. You are a public servant.
That's right.
You're not a superstar. You're not a celebrity, even though a lot of times people make it. Or when you have these quote unquote legacies where your mama was this, then they vote the daddy in, then they vote the sister in, then they vote
the one in St. Pete.
I'm talking about whoever I'm talking about. I'm talking about whoever I'm talking about. I'm talking about, and even right now,
it's the coffee, y'all. This what Chandra pouring up over here. This is what we do.
Even right now, with our not having an early voting site in South St. Petersburg. Everybody running for mayor knows that. Are they talking about it? Have any of them come out publicly in support of it?
About what?
No. About the early voting site in South St. Pete and the lack thereof.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
And this goes back to what I was saying earlier. We don't have a united front on no issue. We're split into 30 different ways, 30 different frats, fraternities, churches, congregations, and it's making it easier for us to be manipulated politically. Yeah. Because they separate us into different rooms and we're talking about each other, and then they coming back saying, okay, I got it right here, y'all. And then now we 30% down voter registration. Might be 30% down on voter turnout.
Yeah, we're really low. My nephew said something to me one day. He said everybody wants to be a leader, but nobody wants to lead. And so they all want that. No, they want to be. They want their name in the newspaper, or they want to be on TV, or they want to do, but they're really not leading. Yeah. And actually organizing, and we've heard this. My job is to organize myself out of a job, to let people understand their power, so that they can go ahead and mobilize and advocate and do what they need to do. It's not to have some little cushy job, seeing issues across the city and not saying a word. I'm going to say thank you, Corey Givens Jr. and Corey Givens Jr. only for being the politician who has openly and publicly supported this early voting site campaign.
We got Corey Givens Jr. real quick. So Janet Michelle, shout out to Janet. She says, Black Dems still center the races in their party. People who bring it up get hushed by the establishment. And then she mentioned, like the establishment pushing David Jolly, who was once a Republican.
Okay, but here's the thing. There are 42 people running for mayor of governor. Yeah. All right. Go on there and look. There are independents, no party affiliation, Democrats and Republicans. If you don't like David Jolly, go look and see if there's somebody you like. You don't have to nobody is telling you that you always have to vote Dem or Republican. There are all kinds of people, but if you don't do the research, and I think a lot of times we put we have to take some responsibility ourselves, quite frankly. Okay. And so if you don't like I said, if there are people running, you don't like them, look to see who on there you might like, who shares the same values, and vote for them.
Why do you think they tell us that the people who we do like don't have a chance of winning, and so we got to go with the establishment candidate?
Because if you believe it, they don't have
that's for you, but then they tell you, the person that's for you, they could never win.
If you believe it, then they won't win, and so it's up to you. Go ahead.
I've been there.
Lean in a little bit,
right? Been there, done that. When we looked before DeSantis came in, I was the few.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, so it's just I'm far.
Okay.
But no, it was less than 75 of us that was on Andrew Gillum campaign.
Yeah.
And he was the underdog. Nobody wanted Black folks. Nobody, everybody, unfortunately, nobody would hop on at first.
Because they said he couldn't win.
They said he couldn't win, right? And he was the underdog. With less than 70 people, we took the state. Right? Now, why we lost? I can tell you why. In my opinion, the establishment, when they came out, it was who was running for senator? Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson. Yeah. He was, and they led with Bill Nelson as the front runner, and then put Andrew Gillum under him, which you never see that happens, right? And I told them is that the people who vote for Andrew will definitely vote for Bill.
Right.
But the people that vote for Bill won't necessarily vote for Andrew. So Andrew should have been running that ticket. He was the one that was running for the seat to run this state.
But I'm going
the people running the Democratic Party are white, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I'm gonna tell you what the real issue is, right? They talk real equity and all this here, but nobody really want to be led by a Black man.
No.
Even when a Black man's the leader, believe me when I say nobody wants to be led by a Black man. So 9 times out of 10, the black man is fighting for every inch, every step, because it's so hard to get large groups of people to coalesce around his leadership.
So do black people want to be led by black men?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not in the majority.
Especially not by black
women.
On,
that's why so many black businesses are shattered. Because they won't work for me, but they'll go and slave for Starbucks. They'll go and work for McDonald's for the rest of their life. But then I open a business around the corner, and they can work. They can walk till they got doggone job, and then they stealing out the back of my thing.
Wait a minute, you all right?
No, that was a button. That was a button. I did that on purpose.
I'm like, come on, woosah, woosah
with that bull. I'm gonna cuss next. I'm gonna
we're not on the radio, so we're in the park outside.
And you say that, but I'll say this: the system is set up for us to fail, right? It's set up for us to fail. We don't have the opportunities. We're not getting the loans. We're not getting the stuff that our Starbucks is getting to do that starter up. And so, yeah, I'm not working for my black business, even though I would love to. But my black business, unfortunately, don't have the funds to pay me
because they're stealing it.
No, but hold up.
No, everybody's not stealing.
But we don't have the Panther mentality, because one of the things, if the system isn't giving you what you need, you create it yourself.
Right.
And that comes from our community, and that's something that we've lost.
Let me wheel it select. I'm going to rewind that back.
Okay.
If the system is not giving us what we need, then we create it ourselves.
You create it yourself.
Yeah.
And you take care of, that's what we used to do, because we didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But now, because, and again, I say we have to look at ourselves. We have to, 61 years ago, they crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge. All of them, John Lewis, brains beaten out. Here we are 61 years later. There was a lady who marched 61 years ago going across the bridge again.
Yeah.
That's I felt embarrassed.
My Auntie Betty. Everybody know my Auntie Betty.
Yes,
she just put in the group chat, I'm so disappointed. I'm still fighting for the same thing. Right? Black Panther, like, heavy. And she's in New York right now fighting for people to keep their homes because they are stealing people deeds.
I saw that. And look, I'm going to just say this. On the flip side, they ain't got tired of trying to take it from us. We tired of fighting for it, and that's the problem. That's the tug of war that we in right now. We've been pulling this rope so long, and guess what? On the other side, they still been pulling too. And they're not tired.
But I feel like
they on the other side.
So hold on. I remember we used to play tug of war, and you pulling, and then somebody just let go. And when you let go, everything else.
And that's what I feel
like. When the
like.
black people gonna say, we just finna let go.
Well, I feel like again.
You can't let go?
Not in this
okay, let me say this. You pull forward to your spine.
Them trying to get them to do something for us.
We're pulling on a rope
that we can do for ourselves.
Thank you. We're pulling on a rope that they gave us.
Okay.
We didn't supply that rope. They did.
Yeah.
Because before they gave us that rope, what were we doing? Doing it on our own. Yes, they burned stuff down, but they burned it again for the same reason why they're attacking us now, because we were doing things that they never thought we could do. And we, in our minds, probably have forgotten or don't even realize that we can do anything we set our minds to. I think about that movie 300.
Yeah.
One mind, one collective mind. If we could come together.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't think they don't think that we can do it. They know we can.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But what they do is they plant these negative seeds in our community that we don't work together, right? That we don't support black businesses. I hear that all the time. There's not one black business I go to and I don't see black people there.
Right.
We support each other.
Let's pause. Let's pause real quick right there, Q. Talking about supporting each other. If you're just tuning in, we're here. The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is on the Deuces. We're at 2184 9th Avenue South. We're doing 100 free breakfasts provided by Black Voters Matter, Deuces Live, and Brunch Munch. And so y'all come down. The breakfast is free. We'll be here for another half hour.
And waffles.
It's chicken and waffles.
It's good.
Q did it. It got the good crunch. And Chandra is pouring the great coffee over there at Urban. Shout out to Latora and all of the great work that's happening on the Deuces over here. So y'all come on down. And while we're here and while we have your attention, we want to talk about Emancipation Day. Yeah. And just wanted to pause for the cause.
Yes. So my hope is that this will be the start of our freeing of our minds, being free from control, power, or restraint of another, and walking into our own power, like truly being emancipated. Because that's what's going to take. I'm sorry?
Bob Marley, he said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds.
And when Gil Scott Heron, I don't know if you heard him say it, when he talked about the revolution will not be televised, what he said it won't be televised because it's going to start in your mind.
Yes.
We have to revolutionize our mind.
No, I love that.
And what I like, your shirt, what it say?
We got us.
We got us.
And so completely funded by us, right?
Exactly.
Right. So everything y'all do, y'all ain't restricted.
Nope.
Nobody can't tell you that you can't do.
Exactly.
I can't support my people because you're doing
you can't say black. You say
we don't take any money from the government, so they can't shut us down.
Right.
I mean, and trust me, they try. You know, but nope. So we got us.
What I love about it is that y'all are walking the walk, right? You're not just out here talking, saying, "Hey, you got to do it. We got to support us. Like, get our own money. Forget the system." You're showing people that it's possible.
Yeah.
And this year is 10 years. They've been doing it for 10 years. So it's been possible for 10 years. And 10 years, if we can do it, we all can do it. We have to realize, and I've said this before, there's no justice, it's just us.
Right.
And we have to have each other's back.
And I don't know, as a part of this Emancipation Day, like we're kicking it off here, but there's a whole lot of other events that you're doing.
Oh, So tonight, because I cover, I have all the counties in Central Florida. So tonight we're going to be over in Riverview at Love First Christian Center with like a community dinner. They're going to have church, we're going to have dinner, we're going to be helping them serve. And then Thursday night, we'll be back in Tampa. There's an organization is called the Resource Empowerment Center, where they have healthy eating, healthy living. There's a young man by the name of Jason, Empowered Minds with an I. He has a whole organization with mental health for young men through fishing.
Okay.
It's an incredible thing. So we're having a program over there.
Jason's good people.
And so Jason,
I know Jason.
He is. And then Friday, of course, Friday morning, we're going to be with Eric at Story 727 over at the Crossing. And we're going to have, giving out groceries. We're going to have Monique is coming down from Tampa. She has gumbo peanuts, and I know everybody loves boiled peanuts, but her gumbo peanuts, crazy. Drippy Scoops is coming. And then that evening with Childs Park Neighborhood Association and Florida Rights Restoration Coalition.
Yes.
If you have anyone who is a returning citizen and they want to know about how they can get their rights back, please come out to Dominion Worship Center. And I believe you have the flyer on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Please come out.
They are trying to deter you from getting your registration to vote.
Right.
They did some ugly little games when it first happened.
Right.
And so, like, if you have any fines and fees that needs to be paid and you're a returning citizen, please show up. Get that relief.
Right. And then Saturday morning, Equal Ground will be at Dominion Worship Center with the legislative debrief, and they're going to go over all the everything that's happening, break it down so you can get an understanding. We're having food from Divalicious.
Okay.
She's coming out. And then Sunday, we're going to be.
And when you say, I just want to, on the pause, when you say a legislative debrief.
Yes. It's going to be going from federal, state, local, like breaking down everything.
Like all of these changes that happen.
And what is happening as far as litigation and different things like that. So we can really understand how what is happening is affecting us. If you have children today, your children have fewer rights than you do right now. After they overturn the VRA, if they overturn the
Voting Rights
Act.
Okay.
If the Trump versus Barber case and they overturn the 14th Amendment, if that happens, then all of us will have fewer rights than our grandparents.
And
it's that deep.
And so when these things happen, again, what should Black people be doing in this moment?
Not arguing.
Right. And being educated, like don't look. I haven't watched the news, I'm using air quotes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long. Like coming out to these events. We have, if you are interested in getting registered to vote, you don't know what your status is, over in the Deuces Live where Latour is, that's a voter hub. There are computers there. You can go get registered. Having meetings. This is one thing. And tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a presentation on the history of Black organizing in America. Okay. Understanding the different ways to organize and the strategies behind each one. Because I think a lot of times people think if we're going to protest or organize, it's got to be a march or it has to be, and you know what I'm saying? But that's what they know. There were reasons why people did the things that they did to get the outcomes that they wanted. And I think we really need to educate ourselves. There's the scripture that says our people perish for lack of knowledge. So we got to get that knowledge first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so again, just thinking about the importance of the Black vote, y'all come on down. We're here on the Deuces, 2184 9th Avenue South. Black Voters Matter, free breakfast. It's chicken and waffles provided by Brunch Munch, and it's banging. I see a lot of my friends, a lot of my family. So thank y'all for pulling up and coming through, but we still got time. Come get this breakfast. We're here talking with Gabrielle Robinson from Black Voters Matter, and she's giving us some updates on what's happening with these legislative processes.
I know, right?
No, I wanted to see what y'all was gonna say. Y'all got me filling in this air. Filling in the space. Let's get some shout outs. Duvet, what's good, my brother? I see you. Danita, Jamaica, I see you. My brother over here, they done went and got him a chair. We got like people pulling up, man. So y'all come. It's a whole vibe out here. But we definitely want to make sure that y'all informed and know that what's going on and what's at stake.
And another thing, making sure that we bless our Black-owned businesses. You know, and that was something that we have many businesses around that need our support. Yeah. And so every event that we have, we make sure the people who are there, whether it's a food truck or just like tomorrow night, the chef is Black, like everybody's Black. Because we have to put our money back into our community. And don't believe the hype. That's exactly. That's another one of the messages too. Like anytime I go to a Black business and I look in the line, it's Black people in that line. And so when we talk about how Black people don't support each other, don't believe that. Just go to any Black business in your community and look at who's supporting that business. And then that'll go against that narrative because you start saying, oh, well, we don't support each other. Understanding the power of words and manifestation and all of that stuff. We did a hashtag, I want to say, was it 2019? It was hashtag we support each other because we were looking to counter that narrative and really demonstrate that that's not true. We do support each other, and we just need to support each other on a more consistent basis. And I love, I think it's on the 22nd, the cash mob, where it says make somebody rich for the. I love that. Yeah. I think that is fantastic. Shout out to the Black Money Movement. Yeah, most definitely, because that's what it's going to take. And as the attacks, because I have to say, things are going to get worse before they get better. And we're just really gonna, we really worse. Can we get better? Not I know, but we're really gonna have to. For better or worse, you ready for the better? Yeah, I know, right? But we're really gonna have to tap into each other and really look out, be our brothers and sisters keeper, like for real.
And you know what else I want to say? I don't care who you're registered for. Like, we don't have to argue. Right. If you're a Republican, a Democrat, Independent, we're not enemies. Yeah. We don't have to be enemies. We don't have to shoot shots because we're assigned to one party or register for one party or the other. And I do hate that we feel like if you are a Republican, you're a sellout. That's programming. I know.
That's programming because the vast majority of us have a lot of conservative values. Yeah. And one of the things is it's not either or. We're all the things, right? We LGBTQ, we all the things, right? And I think that the media has made it us against each other, and that helps us keep fighting each other. That makes us stand in line fighting each other while they running off with the bag.
Because we can't be united if we're fighting each other.
One of the questions that we asked earlier, Gabby, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. So as we know that, this is the electoral cycle is picking up,
right?
And we're asking people to be informed voters. And so what are some tips that you can give to somebody who is looking at this ballot and they say, well, I don't know where to start. I need to research these candidates. What's some tips or some ways that people can get informed?
I would say get the sample ballot. They'll mail it to you, and then start looking people up. Don't just vote blindly.
Okay.
Get it ahead of time. Do your research, and then make the decision. Also, who you vote for should be private. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to argue, because
I want to double click on this because we say do your research.
Mm-hmm. Look, people, if there's a name, if there's a name that you're not familiar with, and you're not I think a lot of times people just vote based on name recognition, and they may not even know what they really believe. What those person.
That's a default. If you don't know nothing, you go to the
they're like, oh, I know this name, so let me vote for this person,
or how it sounds,
or how it sounds, right? Yeah. And they may not have any.
I remember they were saying one time we were doing some outreach in the Latinx community, and they were voting for DeSantis because they were saying DeSantis sounded like one of their people.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It was like Gilliam or DeSantis. They don't know, so they look at DeSantis and figure, oh, okay, well, he must be.
And that's like not being.
Yeah. And Gilliam.
But I ain't gonna say that sounded Christian. I ain't believe that when they said.
But like that was some.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then when things don't go your way, or when things start happening, you're like, wait a minute, I thought this person was this, or I thought this person. So we really have to do our research, and that's a part of the education part. We have to make sure that we're making informed decisions. Don't feel the pressure. I know a lot of people say, vote this down ballot, vote. No, you vote.
Foolishness. They say vote blue no matter who.
No, you don't vote.
That was an error. That was an error.
Yeah.
No matter who. You vote. You vote. Now I will say this: if people, let me say this: if people really understand what's happening, look at, and again, it's more than two parties. That's why I wish we could get out of that and people could understand, and they believe, well, they're not going to win. Okay, they may not win. However, if they have a platform that you believe in, then vote for them.
But see, a lot of them people they're not even talking to us, right?
Okay.
Don't get me started, Julie Marcus.
I'm talking about.
We got a question out in the audience. Hold on.
Okay.
I just want to say, vote 411 is a good place for people to start.
Vote 411.
A resource.
Yeah, it's a resource for people to start. Get narrow by your state, your city.
Get in the mic.
Come on.
Get over here.
And
we want to do so we were talking about where do you go and how do you begin doing research for your ballot, and so Jamaica has a resource for us.
Yes, so Vote 411 is a great resource that's online. They do the work for you. It's a nonprofit. You can break it down by your city, by your state, it'll show you your precinct. You want to check if they are purging people's votes out here, y'all, and you want to check to see if your registration is still up to date, that, with this redistricting, if your precinct has changed, if the people who, there's people who voted for Kathy Castor for years and now they can't. So those are things that you can find on the Vote 411 guide. And also the League of Women Voters does a good job as being a resource for people as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
There's an incredible website. It's called I Side With. The letter I, SIDEWITH.com. And it's a quiz that you take to find out what you really believe. And so it's a whole bunch of questions. I know, it's a whole bunch of questions. And at the end of it, it'll tell you what party you should really be affiliated with. And there are all kinds of parties. But I remember when I was teaching, I had my students do this, and they were shocked, a lot of them, because they thought they were affiliated with one. And then when they Ross Perot, who no third party has ever done what he did before or since, and that's get 19% of the total vote.
Yeah.
And so more people.
You think that they did something to make sure that doesn't happen
because
again?
here's the issue. The same issue that the third parties, again, like what my nephew said, everybody wants to be a leader, but nobody wants to lead. What they did with Ross Perot, they all came together and got behind one person.
Okay, all the third.
They got behind one person.
Okay.
But nobody wants to do that. I want to be over here. I want to be over here. They can't, and that's the reason why they don't get the numbers that they should, because if you have 50-11 third party on the ballot, they're not,
50-11 is a real number.
Yeah. So with Ross Perot, they all came together and were like, all right, boom, we got you.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So
and
that's
true
what
leadership.
Yeah.
A good leader knows when you need to pull back. All right. And you know your strength.
Right.
And so you don't always have to be the front runner to be the leader.
Exactly.
And that's but the reason I asked that, because here's the thing, like you said, it happened then and it hasn't happened since. One of the things that I think we discount is the fact that our unity is understood to be our strongest weapon, but it's also under attack. Like, they don't just sit back and say they're going to wait for us to unite. They are intentional about keeping us divided. And so
pulling the rope.
Like, that's another part of the rope pulling. Like, we oversimplify, or we just need to come together as though there's not somebody in our organization intentionally saying, hey, Duvet.
But again,
Duvet ain't really.
We always gonna have a Judas.
Like they put people in our organization.
To do it on purpose
to keep us divided, and so being able to
stay away from those things. Don't get too close.
Just stay away. Like, if you already know that somebody, if you're in a group and they have one focus, and here comes Joe Blow or whoever.
Yeah.
Oh, whispering. That's when you cast that person out. It's not like,
but if
you're entertaining it, and this again comes along with having knowledge and wisdom. If you know that the more unified we are, there's gonna be somebody who's gonna come in. It's been happening for decades and decades and decades, but we keep getting tripped up on it.
No, they got them implanted. Like some of those people we think coming in are already in, right? They already there. They in place. They secure, and they gonna shake it. They gonna shake the table every time.
You know what it is. You see people. They already know what. Like, if you study people, you already know what they have a problem with.
Right.
So like, if we're having a meeting and they saw you look at me crazy because I said something crazy, oh, I got you. Now they're gonna feed on what they think that you know, and now you're not saying nothing because you kind of agree with them. You know,
but that's on you though.
This is how they divide it. They find what you like. Hard. If I said,
it ain't hard.
It ain't hard. When you say that, like, oh yeah, they can see if I'm frustrated with something, they're gonna use what I'm frustrated about as a weapon against you, and I'm not saying anything because I technically agree.
Yeah. Okay, but then that's on you though.
That's called subterfuge.
I'm gonna say again. I'm gonna say again.
This is how the division happens.
Yeah.
You say like cut them out. But in anything, people have real issues. And if you don't call them out, what happens if you don't say it and address it, then it starts being addressed in private. And then it starts to spread.
And that's why you got to call it out. Because let's think about it. In all of, the people before us, they weren't all united. There was division in everything.
Yeah.
But they had a common goal.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to handle so-and-so a little bit later. But right now, we got to get over this bridge. We got to get this legislation. We have to do whatever. And then that's where we're lost. We get sidetracked. Yeah. And then again,
we lose sight of the mission.
Of the mission. Yeah. Of the mission. And so Right. And we focus on that.
So easy to get distracted.
But see, I think what it is like the legislation, and a lot of times was the thing used to get the people off the streets. When people was rioting, when people was rising up, some of those, what they call it, affirmative action, and that was the shortstop because y'all about to get everything y'all asking for.
Yeah.
And see, we couldn't see that we were about to get everything we was asking for. So we said, hey, y'all, we need to take what they're giving us.
Yeah.
Because it can get worse.
Yeah.
And the reality is, I think we took the shortfall and now we're empty right now.
Yeah.
And instead of looking back and saying, dang, we took the shortfall, y'all.
Because who benefited the most from affirmative action? White women.
See what I'm saying?
Because it goes back to education. It goes back to that knowledge because it's in there. Even with DEI, like there are a lot of people who truly believe that's for black people. They think DEI means black people. But it means because who benefited the most from DEI? White women. It's for veterans. It's for all these people who are older, all these different people. But because there are people controlling the narrative and other people aren't doing their own research, they're going to take that and run with it. It means didn't earn it. It means didn't earn it. You know,
dislike for black people supersedes everything else.
Barack Obama broke their brains. When he got elected, they were like, "Oh no, we can't have this." Wait,
that was the
black
point. Like
person,
they didn't want to follow the black man.
And so they're like, "No, we're gonna make sure this never happens. We can't have. We getting a little bit too equal. You know what I'm saying? A black man over the nation, the most powerful nation in the world at that time, not now, but." So no, you know, it broke their brains. And I'm not even, and that's not saying anything pro or con about Obama. I'm just saying. But before Obama, and this is what I'm gonna get to about understanding the strategy. Back in 1988, 1984, Jesse Jackson ran for president, right? He didn't run to win. He ran because the Democrats were not uplifting black issues.
Okay.
They weren't putting black people at the forefront. And they did not think that the black voter turnout wasn't what it needed to be. He reinvigorated, he energized and everything and came in second.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's what it was. And that's when they started changing and they got to see.
I was reading Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Powernomics, recently, and he was talking about this idea of quid pro quo, which is something for something.
Right.
And he said every other voting base or every other voting community understands something for something as it relates to their vote, except black people. We just vote because we feel like it's our civic duty, but we don't attach our vote to something in return. What are your thoughts on that?
And that's what happened. And that's why I'm talking about the strategies behind different things. And I will say this, whether we attach our vote to something or not, the reason why we even got the Voting Rights Act, March 1965, Edmund Pettus Bridge, it was televised. Those peaceful protesters, everybody watching, saw them getting beaten by dogs, the police beating them with batons and everything like that. There was such an uproar from the country and people around the world that Lyndon B. Johnson in August of that year did the Voting Rights Act. He didn't do it because we were asking. You understand?
Yeah.
And has that ever really been our thing that we ask for, you know, we say, we'll give you this if you give us that, and then they give it to us?
But that's the thing, like, but why not? Because every other community says, look, if you want my vote, then here's what you have to do.
Because we don't demand it.
Yeah.
Because we, again, like I said, we're too busy trying to be polite or making excuses. If I say that a president who was black did not really do a whole lot for black people, then I will get, oh, well, he really couldn't, you know, because he didn't want to be known as black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he can't just be a president for black people.
Yeah.
But Trump's showing you that you could just be a president for white people. Like he's saying, look, these are my people, and I'm going to do what my people put me in here to do. And his people are rich, wealthy, white elites.
Who got reparations? Who getting reparations right now?
Right now with our money. But what I want to say,
I'm ready to see somebody who's going to be as unapologetic for our people as he is.
Is that you, Brother John?
But
no, and it's not. And
I'm sick of that too.
But no, when you say that, I mean, we say it and we do want it, but we had a whole segment is, living white. What would we say? White, how was it?
From the white privilege section.
Right. Where white gives you extra, like, we're not going to pretend like we're not in this society that white gets extra stuff just because of their skin color, and blacks are stopped because of theirs. And we're not, even though we would love for like our black president to have done a lot of stuff, but he was a black man. So,
that's an excuse. But see, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's not an excuse. It's reality. And
he was a black man.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, he was.
We're not good.
Just do it. And I'm telling you. So again,
you say that.
Here's the thing. So we say this is a country. We say this is a country of laws. Like
it's not that easy.
You have a man in office queue who will do something that he knows is illegal, and say don't worry about it, sweetheart. Just take me to court and sue me.
And you see what he did? When the last time he was in office, he got all his friends in, right?
He said he was going to do that.
But he's already white, privileged, rich.
And
right?
Tell me again why
we can't do that. They put them superior of us. So we can't take that part of it and act like we're not here and that doesn't happen.
But tell me why we can't do that though.
Yeah, it does. But what I'm saying is there's always the excuse.
He can appoint somebody who's totally not qualified for the job and have them do the job.
It goes back to respectability. We can't do what that, we got to be respectable black people. We can't, when they go, we have to be polite.
But that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying that you have to be polite. See, he can be rude and they're going to give him a pass. I can be rude and they're going to fire me. Because I push back. I'm the angry black person.
Exactly.
We just see Jasmine Crockett, right? That went in there and did everything y'all talking about. And what did they just do? What did they label her as? The angry black woman. And she did everything we said.
But that's voters.
To do. That's the system, not just the voters. The people they came back in.
But you're saying that black people.
Okay. He just said it. He said because you think about that's a great example, Jasmine Crockett. We love her clips. We love her memes.
But she just won her primary.
Jasmine, but then white people who watching Jasmine was like, ugh.
And I just said, what did I just say? They hate black people. The dislike for black people is so strong, they will then vote against their self-interest just so that the black person won't do it. And so when we sit up here and talk about what black people can do, I want us to get out there and do it, but we're gonna not act like there's not extra hurdles put in front of us. So yes. Unfortunately, Donald Trump can do stuff that Obama couldn't do. One, because those are his family. Like you come to my house, you can't. A white man can't come and do in my house what my family can do. We're stepping in their house because they run this right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this. Obama could have done more. That doesn't mean he would have gotten reelected. But had he gotten in there and not been politically correct or had I can't tell you how many people said he can't do this because he can't be the president for just black people.
I'll take one term with some advances on our agenda than 2 terms with no.
And he wasn't going to be the president just for black people. It was just things that would have benefited black people more. I'm not saying he didn't do anything, but that was the excuse. That was like the buffer. Well, he can't do that.
Let me take this from the chat real quick.
Yeah, and I want to say something after this.
Okay, because we were talking about. We were talking about political expediency, getting reelected, making a scene, and somebody put in the chat. Nasheer actually put in the chat. Miss Nixon, Angie Nixon, and so we've seen Angie Nixon. Shout out to Angie.
She got arrested.
And how she got arrested for doing the sit-in in DeSantis. She did the bullhorn, disrupting the vote. What are your thoughts on Angie Nixon and the tactics that she's taken?
Again, that's another form of there are different ways to organize. There are different ways to protest. everybody can't be Angie Nixon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even during the civil rights movement.
Congress?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't really know. But what I'm saying is everybody has a part to play. There are people who gonna have the bullhorn and there are red actions, green actions, and yellow actions. What she did, if somebody wants to do a red action, that means they know they're going to jail. Whatever I'm doing is gonna put me in jail. A yellow action means you ain't looking for trouble.
A lot of people who going to jail ain't never been to jail before.
Right. You doing something, you're not looking for it, but it could. Yeah. A green action could be something as simple as phone banking or canvassing or whatever.
Green action.
You know what I'm saying?
Green.
And so everybody has a part to play. And like there are certain people they'll say, okay, we're gonna get elected. We have a bail fund, which they had. Yep. And so again, you have some people who can be out in the public to make that kind of spectacle. Other people working, in the background. Food was a huge part of the civil rights movement. You had to feed people to keep them going. Yeah. And in their own way, that was a part of their protest. So it's like understanding the different ways that we can do it, understanding our part, even if you have to be in the background. I'm gonna say this real quick.
Hold on, before you do that, because you mentioned feeding people in order to get it done and keep them going. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
we feeding people.
Hey, before you say that, we're gonna take like a little 5-minute, 10-minute break.
Okay.
Play some music and then we'll come.
Man, we might not come back. So let's wrap it up. Come on, that's why I don't even do that. But listen, I want to say this. One of the problems that we have is civics. Okay. That's why we don't know how to do quid pro quos. We have people that are elected to high positions that don't truly understand civics and the political process.
Exactly.
They can't say it, and it's hard to explain it to them. And I think that trickles down to when we vote, we just vote because we like him. Oh, because his name Diaz or Smith. And it leads to so many more problems, right?
All you got to do is have passion and run for
exactly.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, you need to know civics. You need to know civics. You need to know what these seats do. You need to know.
People don't.
But that's the problem. That's why we're so disenchanted, because we don't understand the mayor can't do that. We don't understand the city council member can't do that.
Right.
We don't understand.
It's a learning curve.
Right.
When I was appointed to city council, I had an idea of what I thought I was going to do when I got there. But when I got there and really understood what the job is, like, okay, well, wait, what I want to do is 30% of what I'm actually supposed to be doing as a representative of this community. But I was thinking I was going to go in and just keep doing what I've been doing. But there's a whole nother set of duties and responsibilities that wouldn't allow me to do that.
And then you realize that maybe that wasn't the place for you. Instead of staying in that position and getting voted in for 11 years.
Yeah, real quick.
But then look at the disconnect. He go in there and thinking he can do it. So think about the people who wanted him in there and thinking he can do it. And now he's not doing it. Now you're mad at him because he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And he thought he could.
But I'm actually doing the job.
Right. But now you got angry black people. So we're talking about angry black people because your friends thought that he could go and change it. And we're saying, oh, you didn't do nothing for black people. And he like, I'm trying. And then we're saying it's an excuse to say that the system wouldn't let us when the system wouldn't let him.
No, but they didn't. The issue is they didn't understand the job. Like they didn't, like you keep saying, civic. It's the civic, it's the education.
There is no orientation.
Right.
I asked the city clerk. I said, hey man, where's the manual?
They ain't
go
gonna
to the city charter.
They ain't gonna tell you.
Like you have to know going in what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, and Q say we gotta go.
Hey, but thank y'all so much, because this is our way of doing civics in our community. That's why I couldn't let that point pass us. Yeah. Because that's the reason we do this. That's why we've been here almost 10 years trying to bring civics. And we talk to BS and we kick the bobo. But the reality is our goal has always been to bring this to our community. So thank y'all. Y'all helping us get the mission done.
And still breakfast out here.
We got breakfast.
We got plenty of breakfast. We got urban drinks.
It looks like we got about 30 drinks, man. I've been counting.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people coming through.
That breeze starting to feel real good right about now.
Man, it's been a good show.
We want to say thank you to Deuces Live.
Big shout out to Deuces. Urban Drinkery. Big shout out to Urban Drinkery.
The Bird Cares.
Bird Cares.
Black Voters Matter.
Black Voters Matter.
Give it up for the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
bourbon, drink it.
We have, we get ready. This is our national field co-director.
Give her the mic. Give her the mic. Let her say something.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Emancipation Day. Yes, it's my birthday. Glad to be out here in Tampa with y'all. Excuse me, St. Pete.
Don't worry.
St. Pete.
We ain't mad.
But we're glad that we're here. We know that we have a lot of work to do. We see what's going on in the state legislature, so we need our voters to show up.
That's right.
Hold these folks accountable. That's right. Black Voters Matter 365, y'all. Thank you so much.
Amen. Amen.
Right.
And in the time that we got left, Gabby, if you want to just do these announcements, let people know where they can find you, how they can follow you, because I mean, you got. So we're here today.
All right.
Tomorrow we're somewhere.
Tomorrow, okay, tonight we're over in Riverview. Tomorrow we're in Tampa, but I want to, especially our St. Pete events on Friday morning, we're going to be with, from 1:30 to 3:30, Crossing Anvil with Story 727. And then from 5 to 8, we're going to be with Childs Park Neighborhood Association, Florida Rights Restoration Coalition, Dominion Worship Center. We're gonna let's get our rights back. Then Saturday from 9 to 2, Dominion Worship Center, Equal Ground Legislative Delegation. They're gonna break everything down, and then Sunday we're gonna be with Bishop Sykes.
Amen.
Reverend Sykes.
Well, we want to thank y'all again for tapping in, tuning in. We still got some plates, so y'all come and get them. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John,
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
and we out.
Bing, bing.